Hi everybody, my name is Martin Hill. So, it's all going wrong at Man United. Terrible start to the league, as we know. Lost to Swansea, drew at Sunderland, just not playing well, and then with a kind of second team last night, one or two of the regulars in, get absolutely annihilated 4-0 at Milton Keynes. I mean, now this is serious stuff. 4-0 at Milton Keynes with a few first teamers in. Absolutely disgraceful. If you watch my videos from the last few years, you'll know that I don't think the problem started with Man United 6 months ago, 12 months ago when Moyes started. I think you go a long way back, well back into the Ferguson reign. And if you watch some of my videos, you'll know that I think it started the night they lost to Basel in the Champions League over 2 legs. The night that Vidic got his ligament injury and was out for a year. And then, about 3 months later, they lost over 2 legs in the Europa League to Athletic Bilbao. In fact, not only lost, they got absolutely annihilated and totally outclassed in those 2 games. And that, for me, that 3-month period of those 2 big games against sort of mediocre European opposition was the real turning point in Manchester United's history, maybe. Although after that, you could say, yeah, but they won the league. Yeah, they did win the league, but it was a little slow downward steps after that, and they were hanging on a little bit, and I think they lost a little bit of respect in Europe after that. No one was scared of them. So where do we stand now? We've got Van Gaal, and everyone thought he was going to be a saviour. This guy's a genius, he's brilliant. Oh, Moyes, he's gone. Moyes has gone. He was rubbish. He only got us 6th place wherever they came. This guy's going to sort them all out. Well, it shows it's a bit of a bigger job. There's a lot of new faces in there. There's a lot more they want to come in. This is a massive transition period, and there's still so much to do. But this thing about Van Gaal being a genius, for example, at the World Cup after the first game against Spain, they were going, this guy is an absolute masterpiece of a manager. I'll tell you, Holland could have been 3-0 down inside 20 minutes against Spain. They were 1-0 down. Silva missed an easy chance 6 yards out. He chipped instead of hitting it. And there was another couple of half chances. Holland could have been out of that game. So football is a very, very strange game. It all turned round. They won 5-1, and this guy was a genius by all accounts. Well, that's football. But Man United, a lot of problems still. So where do you start? Let's look at the midfield. I mean, the midfield, in a way, they've got a lot of riches. Obviously Fellaini's injured. He had a nightmare season. He's still a good player, but it just doesn't look like it's working out at Man U. Forget about the injury, he was having a nightmare. Mata, for me, I mentioned in other videos, doesn't look like he's right up here. I just don't think he hasn't got that intensity at top level at the moment, Mata. When I watch him, just his body language looks completely wrong. But apart from that, they've got some riches in midfield. If they can settle down in midfield, I think that's their best area. At the back, for me, centre back. When I played centre forward, I wanted to be a little bit terrified of my centre back. When I look at Evans, he looks a bit nice to me. He's quick enough, he's good in the air, he's got good feet, but I don't think he puts enough fear in centre forwards. And I think they go out there thinking, I've got a chance today. I think they need somebody there a little bit more Vidic-like, a little bit more, Steve Bruce-like, who gives people a little bit of a knowledge that they're there. And then you got up front, well, for me up front, Rooney and Van Persie, the 2 main strikers up front. Rooney peaked 4 or 5 years ago, Van Persie peaked 3 years ago. Is that what you want at Man United? 2 players that peaked quite a few years ago. I don't think they're scaring too many at the moment, those 2. If anyone can tell me they're at the peak or playing absolutely brilliantly, please. But for me, it ain't happening with them 2. I don't like Van Persie's body language either. I wouldn't want him to dig me out of too many holes if it was at my club, because I don't think he'd do it. 3 or 4 years ago, you'd be desperate for a player like that. But I think he's on the way out. Another lad who I don't really rate, and I've mentioned before, Raphael. If Raphael's at your club, I think what you're saying, if you're picking him and thinking he's my main man at right back, I think you're saying we're quite happy finishing 6th or 7th. Because Raphael, for me, is erratic, gives the ball away a lot. I've said it all before. I'd always check his nationality. He doesn't look like a Brazilian player. Well, he looks like a Brazilian player that lost 7-1 to Germany in the World Cup, but he doesn't look like a normal Brazilian player. gives the ball away a lot, panics on the ball. For me, totally overrated. If he's a first teamer at Man United, then I think you've got problems. So it's going to be a massive, massive uphill. And the fact they're buying new players all the time, then it's always going to be in transition. The side isn't settled. There's a lot of issues to sort out. Di Maria, you're overpaid by 25 million a player, and that says to me a little bit of desperation. Is he going to be a Man U player? I don't know. What's he playing for this year? He's playing what? He's not playing to probably get in the Champions League. The way Man United are playing, they're going to finish from 4th to 8th the way they're playing maybe. So you're looking at a Europa League spot for next season for Di Maria. Is that going to be enough motivation for him? Is he really going to drive him on thinking of playing in the Europa League next year? I'm not sure. There's a lot of trouble ahead. Let's see what happens. Good luck Man United with the future.